Okay, let's get into this, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of the Get More Clients Challenge. I'm Dominique, the host and creator of this group, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you are joining me on the live, when you come in, go ahead and say hello. Everybody else on the replay, go ahead and type in hashtag replay. All right, so this is day 4. If you have attended the other 3 sessions, trainings, go ahead and type in caught up. If you are joining us on day 4, go ahead and scroll back and check out the other days so that it all makes sense. The number 1 best way to know exactly what we've been talking about is to join us each and every day live while we have the training. But I understand our schedules may differ, so join in when you can. Okay, so what we're talking about all week long is how to get more clients online with your course or program. I'm a course creator and coach, and I've been coaching the last 4 years online and helping everyday people do the same. Okay, so what we're talking about over the next 2 days that remain. Well, yesterday we started with the people. Today we're talking about the program, and tomorrow is the pricing. All right. Well, actually, we already talked about the people. We already talked about the program, and we're going to be talking about pricing. I'm sorry. I got my P's mixed up. It's people, program, pricing, right? So imagine for me having peace of mind while your marketing pipeline is generating leads. Okay. You might see evidence of this because every time you're on social media and you're scrolling, do you think that people who are promoting their course or class are actually right then and there, at the same time showing up at the exact same time you are? No, of course not. They posted in advance, and so long as you have stable internet, post it up, and then when people jump on social media, they're catching your post. So imagine having your offer generate those types of statistics or stats. Maybe you already know this is possible, and that's great because you see evidence of it every single day. But how come we haven't found success implementing it ourselves? Okay. One reason could be you haven't taken action. You're not posting, you're not visible, you're not showing up, you're not using what you are learning. That is very, very typical, okay? Another reason why, obviously, people give up. They don't see automatic success. They believe in a microwave result. They don't see it, they give up. So today we're going to talk about avoiding all of that. All right, anything that you've ever learned took time. You needed implementation time as well. And you had to give yourself grace to get it right, okay? It takes time to convert your offer. What you need to focus on is every single step and perfect it all, right? So it's not launching and then $1 million. It's launching and then every other step that follows that, all right? There's no script that gets it done. There's no template. It has to be a methodical process or funnel that you follow. All right. The way that I like to build mine is to pre-sell. Why? Because remember all the way at the beginning of this series of trainings, we talked about conversations. Conversations get you so much information that you can use to improve your messaging. It works the opposite way. Instead of you figuring out what to say, when you're having these conversations, use the words of your potential buyers and create what it is that they need. Okay, so when I'm gonna go through the steps with you, it's going to be definitely on how to create a high ticket program, but do it in such a way that you're showing service. You're proving your ability to service your audience from day one. All right. Now think about that, because I know you say, I post, I this, I that. It's really the other way around. It's who are you talking to? What are they telling you? And what are you able to put together that makes sense for them at the time, at the moment, that they're in need. Okay, I know for myself, anytime I'm scrolling or on social media, if I see something that resonates with me, obviously I already know what my needs are. I'm gonna stop in my tracks. All right. So today we're going to talk about something called return on ad spend. Okay. So let's open up the conversation more broadly. When you have a certain amount of revenue that you are looking for, you need to learn how to speak to a cold audience, not just a warm audience, which is organic, which is where we start, but you also have to take that organic and start to craft it into a message that even resonates with a cold audience, because obviously you're going to run out of organic, right? And sometimes organic is a little bit slow. And if you're on social media anyway, you're using the internet, you've got a stable internet connection, you can do this right. Okay. So your funnel includes organic as well as cold traffic. Why? Because you're going to have a landing page. You're going to have a website. You're not just going to show that to people who have ever spoken to you. You're going to show it to people who have never spoken to you, right? They're going to stumble upon you. They're going to be referred. They're going to be referred to you by others. So make sure that you're focusing on the journey, the language that resonates with your organic as well as your cold traffic potential buyers. Okay. So what it's all about is you're helping people, whether they are cold to you or they are familiar to you. And I can relate that to my job as a classroom teacher. I get new kids from who knows, you have to make them feel welcome. You have to bring them up to speed. You have to make them feel comfortable. You have to differentiate what they're doing so that they can fall into the routine. So how do you do that for a cold audience? If you're with me so far, you have to really take your time and show them bit by bit how this works, because you already know they're not going to buy from you first meeting, first initial introduction, unless it is a highly compelling offer, highly compelling information or message that you transmit, that you deliver. Okay, so make sure that when you're speaking to that cold audience, you make it even more comfortable and very simple. All right, you don't have to be somebody super professional. You just have to be super relatable. When you are super professional, sometimes that's the opposite. Okay, think about why people jump on social media. They're there to just take like a mental break, right? So if you're starting off, super professional, that may be a downfall, because they're actually looking for relatability. And then if you add some details that show that you know what you're talking about, or you have that experience, okay, great. But for sure, try to as best you can, even if you're a doctor, You know, even if you are a medical professional, I've seen on certain platforms where they really bring it down to a very simple language or introduction so that you listen and it gets your interest. So are you with me so far? Is it making sense? I hope that we're opening up this conversation so that you know there is a lot more that you can do out there on the internet to generate potential buyers. Okay. Now, also, besides the fact that we have microwave mentality or we just quickly give up on things, another reason why some of us are not finding success is because we're not allowing the time. Okay, think about how many times you have to see or hear or speak to someone before you think about potentially working with them. It takes up to 21 days. It takes up to, it takes until, right? It takes until, depending on what you say, depending on how relatable you are, how authentic, what you have initially for them to get started. All of those things can work together to take time. So what we call this is a pipeline, all right? You should have a pipeline. That means you're showing up on social media to promote, to post, to speak to educate, to entertain, to inform. And all of those methods are creating a pipeline of people who are interested in what you're saying, and they're coming into your pipeline from different channels, depending on what you like to use. No matter what you like to use, email, platforms, whatever it is, you want to have all those ways for them to get in touch with you. Okay, so the 4 strategies that I always talk about is awareness. Okay, awareness. How do you create awareness and then have a call to action? Whenever you show up on social media, make sure that you are providing information, education, or inspiration, and with a call to action. I don't care if you say DM me. I don't care if you say here's a link to this or that. Have them take some type of action. All right? Invite them. Literally, your audience will not do anything they are not told to do. If they have to go hunting for how to do anything when it comes to contacting you, they're going to be off to the next person or the next presentation. All right. So make sure that your awareness post or ad or campaign has a call to action every single time. All right. The next strategy that I always talk about is availability. Availability means that you have a way for them to book in with you. Book in with you means you can provide a link to a calendar. You can provide maybe your DM so they can text you what your availability is, but try to go from message to conversation as quickly as possible. Okay? Message to conversation. There's no reason to wait for 21 days if they have taken action. If they have taken action, they have gone into your DMs, book a call immediately, because the sooner you book a call, you can weed out or sort who really needs to talk to you further or how you can best help them from that point on. Okay? Because again, messages are a dime a dozen, and you want to stand out as one in a million. So initially, as soon as you can, turn any call to action into a potential conversation, whether it's right then and there on a platform such as Facebook or Instagram, if you can call them, or a Zoom call, etc., or a phone call. Okay, so we talked about awareness, we talked about availability. Okay, And the third A that I like to talk about, let me see, I always forget my third A, is you have to give them access. You have to give them access. Make sure that you are on social media and you have access to things that provide information. Make sure that you have access. It's not just, it could be your profile page. It could be your Facebook group page, okay? Give them access. If they are taking step 1 and then they take step 2, give them step 3. Every single further step they take will get them closer and closer to becoming a follower, to a potential buyer, to a client. That is what you need to do. Focus on that, okay? So if you want more information on this, you can DM me that you're interested in creating your signature offer and program, because that's what we're talking about. And there's no need to wait, okay? And then we can get started talking about your particular offer. All right, so if you are interested, you can type in the chat and DM me, or either one, okay? All right, so let's talk about offers. So we talked about, I was going to give you a fourth A. So awareness, availability, and access. The fourth one will come to me, but pretty much those are the three, okay? Now, we need to go ahead and talk about the offers, whether it's going to be high ticket or low ticket, all right? Now, if you are on social media and you can book a call with someone and they show up on your Zoom call or whatever platform you use, and you're able to use your lead magnet to get them to start purchasing from you, and then perhaps on the Zoom call they're interested in a low ticket offer, something that you have to try. Perhaps instantly you can upsell them right then and there. It depends, okay? If they're interested in that low ticket offer, if it was from an ad, you're breaking even. The money that you spent on the ad, you got it back when they purchased the low ticket offer. You might be able to upsell them to the high ticket offer. It just depends, okay? Now, the high ticket offer will be after they have booked a call, potentially purchased a low ticket offer. Now, I personally believe in a low ticket offer first, because you should have a way to give them exactly what it's going to look like in the high ticket offer. And the worst way to do that is just by describing it, by showing them a screenshot, by sharing a screen and showing them this, that, or the other. I think we can do a lot better than that. Why? Because, for example, let's say you go to a resort and they want to sell you on a package to buy a timeshare. They're not just going to put you in an auditorium and then you listen and then they're sending you a link to purchase. No, they're going to give you a free stay. They're going to give you some handouts. They're going to ask you to write some things down, okay? You are much better off creating more of a connection and a potential why in the person's mind. Remember, it's not just what they see, it's what they hear, it's what they feel, and what they think. All right, so you want them to start seeing, feeling, thinking, all their 5 senses, and using writing as well. Have them write something down in order for them to feel like, you know what, I need to get into this program. All you're doing is building trust. All right, you are building trust when you go through all those steps. Okay, now whether you're using organic, which is someone sees you, they talk to you right away, or people who have never seen you before and they're seeing you in ads, all those roads lead to the same thing, your offer. Hopefully your lead magnet, your low cost, your low ticket, and your high ticket offer, okay? So make sure you're giving yourself ample time, like we talked about, 21 days. If somebody falls off in 21 days, they're just looking around. You're not the coach for them. And that's why numbers really matter. You want to reach as many people as possible because you're going to have to sort through all those people who are really not meant to work with you. But they inform you as to why you need to really hone in on what you're saying. Because the more people that are attracted to exactly what you're saying, they are the ones you were meant to work with. But the more you have people who are not the people that you should be working with, you need to refine your message even more. Okay? So this needs to happen right away. And guys, let me tell you, if you are doing this with a sense of urgency, you will be successful. Do this because you already know time is running out. The money in the bank account is low. You want a change. You need the change right now. Urgency is the best way to get results. If you have a sense of urgency with your offers and your visibility, you're going to get the result. Why? Because the more people see you, they get to know you, they trust you, they like you. They like you, they trust you. Okay? Make sure you have exactly those components that I talked about in order to nurture that relationship and keep it going and build it up. Okay? All right. I know I'm giving you a lot of information, just a little bit more, and then we're going to be all caught up for today. So if this sounds scary to you, if it sounds scary that, well, I'm showing on social media, I'm showing up on social media, I'm posting, I need to have a way for them to take action, book in a call, purchase a low cost offer, purchase a high ticket offer. All of it is, you've done it. Think about it. You've done it yourself, right? How did it feel? When you find a program or something that fits what it is that you're looking for, it feels great. It feels great. That's why you now need to be the one who is providing exactly what your audience is looking for. Because when you went through it, it was great. It was exactly what you needed at the time. The sense of urgency is what you need. You need to understand that it's today, not tomorrow. It is, daily, not weekly. All right. And it is, fast rather than slow. That's it. All right. So I am here to work with you, help you along the way, and get you going and get you the results that you want to see, because it really is, when it comes down to it, think about it. Oh, Dominique, I have the call to actions. Oh, I've got a low cost offer. I've got a high cost. Okay, so what's missing? What's missing? It's the urgency. All right. You need to act like this has to happen today. It should have happened yesterday. That's where, okay, and that's where I come in. So I am ready to work with you. Go ahead and type a message underneath this video or DM me that you are ready to go and you want information, and we can get you started. So if you've been joining us over the last 4 days, today we're talking about pricing. And when it does come to pricing, everybody's program is different. But again, the ballpark of low cost and high ticket are where you can work with me specifically on exactly what it is that you offer. Okay. But that sense of urgency is where I challenge you to get this thing done and get in touch with me so we can get started today. So I will see you on day 5 of this 5-day training, and thank you for joining me.